That country was Ethiopia, and this is the incredible story of the Battle of Edwa. In the late 1800s, European powers were dividing Africa among themselves. Britain, France, Belgium, Germany, Portugal, and Italy were taking territories across the continent. European armies arrived with modern rifles, artillery, and political treaties, and enormous parts of Africa were placed under colonial rule. But in the highlands of Ethiopia, an emperor named Menelik II was watching. He understood something important. Europeans were not simply coming to trade, they wanted lands. Italy had already established a foothold on the Red Sea coast and wanted to expand into Ethiopia. Menelik refused. Italy and Ethiopia eventually signed the Treaty of Wuchale in 1889. But disagreements over the Italian and Amharic versions of the treaty became explosive. Italy claimed that the treaty gave it the right to make Ethiopia an Italian protectorate. Menelik said essentially, no, Ethiopia is not yours. Italy decided to enforce its claim by force. Then came Edwa. On March 1, 1896, the two armies met near the town of Edwa in northern Ethiopia. The Ethiopian forces were enormous. Tens of thousands of soldiers gathered under Menelik II and Empress Teitu Betul. The Italians had modern weapons and believed their military superiority would carry the day, but they badly underestimated the Ethiopians. The Ethiopian army knew the terrain. Menelik's forces were also very far larger than the Italians expected, and Ethiopian commanders coordinated attacks against the scattered Italian units. The battle became a disaster for Italy. Thousands of Italian soldiers were killed, wounded, and captured, and something extraordinary happened. The European colonial army had been decisively defeated by the African army. The victory at Edwa on March 1, 1896 forced Italy to recognize Ethiopia as an independent state in the Treaty of Addis Ababa later that year. Edwa became a symbol far beyond Ethiopia. For Africans living under European colonial rule, it demonstrated that Europeans' conquest was not inevitable. But the story didn't end there. 4 decades later, Benito Mussolini's fascist Italy invaded Ethiopia again in 1935. This time, Italy used overwhelming modern military power, including aircraft and chemical weapons. Ethiopian forces fought desperately, but Italy eventually occupied the country in 1936. Emperor Haile Selassie was forced into exile. But however, Ethiopians continued resisting the Italian occupation. The occupation lasted roughly 5 years. Then, during World War II, Ethiopian resistance fighters, together with British and Commonwealth forces, helped drive the Italians out in 1941. Haile Selassie returned to Addis Ababa. Edwa wasn't just a battle, it became one of the most powerful symbols of African resistance to European colonialism.